Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the views so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review, rare hazy beer review on our channel. Courtesy of my man Geoff, I appreciate you, sir. Treehouse Brewing, Charlton, Massachusetts, Sandwich, Massachusetts, Deerfield, Massachusetts, they're all over Massachusetts. This is It's Your Lucky Day. I like this can art a lot. I'm guessing they brewed this for St. Patrick's Day? Has to be, right? Or maybe they're just doing like a Celtics thing. Who knows? Per the label, 8.2% double IPA. Says it's a double IPA brewed with ultralight Pilsner malts and hopped aggressively with Galaxy and Nelson. So, talked about it the last year or so. I feel like it might even be over a year now. Last year's crop of Galaxy, I just wasn't a fan of. I thought it was trash in a lot of beers. I don't know what was going on with it. I did not like it. Mostly in hazy beers. So I don't know. Who knows? I mean, that's the part of like everything being like a living thing, right? Like year to year, I guess crops can differ. Galaxy, it used to be my apps. I would seek out every single beer with Galaxy. The last year, Galaxy has sucked, in my opinion. Don't know if anyone else feels that way, but that's just the way that I felt. So this was canned on March 10th. It says, "Do you have luck with the Irish?" So yeah, I think they did this for St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, Geoff just sent me an email. He's like, "Hey, I checked out the new Treehouse location, and I want to send you a beer for your birthday." So it's extremely nice of you, my friend. Thank you. It's been a long while since I've had a Treehouse beer. I used to seek Treehouse beer like it was my job. I don't know, I just don't seek out hazy beer anymore. So, and it is hop cum. But yeah, Treehouse used to be. I was the biggest Treehouse fanboy of all time when I started drinking the beer back in 2015, I think. Yeah, I've kind of moved away from hazy beer, so it's not, I don't know, it's nothing against Treehouse I just don't seek their beer out anymore. So, but yeah, we are using the Treehouse green glassware because you guys know beer tastes better in proper glassware, and it is hazy AF. It's, like I said, the hop cum, butternut squash. Finger of Bright Head, it is, I don't know, the head is compact. There's some sudsy bubbles on the top of that. I can tell you I could smell it as soon as I opened it. So I've got high hopes for this one. Let's shove our fat nose in it. See what it's got. It smells good. It smells super yeasty to me though. And that's part of the thing that I'm put off by hazy beers these days. It smells like it's going to be that yeasty, like cake, like hot burny thing. But it's extremely tropical. It's pineapple. Like this smells, I mean, this Galaxy doesn't smell bad. This doesn't smell like Nelson heavy to me. This smells very chlorophyll, like green, yeah, like pineapple, but just super fucking yeasty. I don't know why, like I'm turned off by that these days. I think I used to love that. I don't know why yeast now bothers me in hazy beer. It's not that it bothers me. It's just like if I drink, I just know if I were to try and drink like 3 or 4 of these right now, I'd have heartburn. It has a little bit of like the Vinous thing, but yeah, this is Galaxy to me. This is super bright, tropical, pineapple-y, and it gives off, I think because it's so yeasty, like that kind of, it's not that it smells like hot burn, but it kind of has a mango thing. But yeah, it's juice. Let's go and taste it. Geoff, cheers. Appreciate you, bro. Does it say aggressively hopped on it? Is that what it said? Yes, hopped aggressively. Very aggressively hopped. There's a nice, just super pithy, orange rindy thing, middle of your tongue. And it immediately gives you that orange juice after brushing your teeth vibe. That many hazy beers these days that are aggressively hot, monkish beers do that to me sometimes. But yeah, I mean, this is super fruity. This is very intense. And again, I think I mentioned this the last Treehouse beer that I reviewed. I think they're just like hopping the shit out of beers these days. I remember Treehouse beers being soft, super juicy, light. And I feel like these newer beers, I think it was Project Find the Limit. Is that what it was called? Same kind of thing with this. It's aggressively hopped and pretty bitter. I will say like over 8%. It doesn't drink heavy, doesn't drink boozy. It's got that signature just full treehouse mouthfeel. But yeah, I mean, this is the style of hazy beer that I started turning to when Monkish started brewing beers, because it kind of offered that aggressive hop thing that kind of reminded you of a West Coast beer with the bitterness. And a lot of hazy beers, they were just becoming juice. It was just juice, like really pillowy, soft. Not a lot of like complexity to them. Plenty of different flavors as far as that goes, but there wasn't like a beer aspect to it. This has a beer aspect to it. But just like smelling it, it smells super yeasty. It tastes really yeasty. It's easy drinking though for me though. I mean, obviously we drank this much of it. But yeah, this just, I guess just because I don't drink treehouse beer regularly, this doesn't remind me of what I remember treehouse beers tasting like. And that's not a bad thing. Maybe they're, starting to evolve and it's like a little thing floating and change the way that they brew their beer. This more reminds me of like how a Monkish beer is. And maybe that's what Treehouse is doing these days. So, like I said, I'm not a big hazy beer guy anymore, but this is not a bad beer. I would say this is like one of the better Treehouse beers, just because it's got the aspects of a hazy beer that I used to love in it. And I'm sure people who enjoyed this probably found that to be true too. So, yeah, I mean, nothing bad to say about it. It's good. It's just not what I'm drinking these days. But a nice kind of change of pace. It's good to see that, Treehouse is still putting out good hazy beer. There is a Facebook page, Treehouse Beer Enthusiasts? Treehouse Beer Fans, something that I'm a part of, and I see posts every now and again when I go on Facebook. And there have been people who have been, trashing them, which is weird. I don't understand doing that. So I maybe, I don't know if their batches of beers have been inconsistent, but this is a good one. I mean, if I was into, if I was like Mr. Hazy Beer Guy still and was wanting like cases of Treehouse, this is probably the beer that I would seek out, just because it's that crazy aggressive mishmash West Coast, East Coast thing. So, interested to see what you guys who drank this thought about this beer. Like I said, it doesn't remind me of what Treehouse used to be, but that's not a bad thing. It's always good to evolve and change things and try and get better at making beer. So, Geoff, I appreciate you sharing this one. This was a fun beer to drink. That was It's Your Lucky Day. I love this can art. It is awesome, and it goes perfect in that green Treehouse glass. So, if you guys had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Appreciate you guys watching. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with